So what happened to your boy SoFaygo? He dropped.
SoFaygo, did you listen to the project?
I did. I listened to it twice. I did my homework.
Thoughts?
Yes, it's mid.
Yes.
Like all right. Let me. I like the songs that I like. I like the second track, "Count Me Up," I think, or something like that.
Count Me Out.
Count Me Out. Yeah, I like that song a lot. That's my favorite song on the project. The third and fourth track, I think it's like "Down" and "Fall Out" or something like that. I think those are just like forgettable.
Damn.
Or I think it's "Down" and "Long Way." I think those are relatively forgettable. No, it's "Good Day" and "Fall." Yeah, those are the two tracks.
I feel like "Long Way" is gonna be.
I like "Long Way."
Yeah, I feel like "Long Way" was catchy. I feel like that TikTok might pick that up.
Yeah, I like "Long Way." I like "Count Me Out" the most. I like the beat. I like how, like, when he's like sitting, kind of like caught the melody, like 100 bands, 100 bands. Goddamn, I think that one's cool. But "Good Day" and "Fall" are forgettable. So overall, the project is like okay. And the issue with "Long Way" for me is, man, he's talking about like, oh, I'll have my hitters, this and that. Like, yo, come on, stop it. Like the Pink Power Ranger. Like, what are you doing, man? It's just the song sounds good, but then when I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, yo, I don't believe this. It just doesn't hit the same. That's why I like "Count Me Out," because he's like rapping about stuff that I believe. SoFaygo, and he's actually rapping about some shit on "Count Me Out." But one thing though that I couldn't unhear on this project is when Annoying was talking about SoFaygo being a Uzi clone. I hear too much. Like, I'm not saying, I hear the influence of Uzi on this EP.
Of course. I mean, I feel like everyone in the underground or this upcoming SoundCloud generation was influenced by Uzi and Cardi. Like, I think those are the main, what's it called, like role models, essentially. Maybe Cardi influence more recently, but yeah, like the whole SoundCloud generation came from Uzi.
Yeah, but I don't think it's too bad. It's just that Annoying saying that made me like hyper focus on it. Like, if you tell me like, yo, red Kia, I'm gonna just keep looking at red Kias. But I think the project, career wise, I think it was an excellent move for him to do. Like I said, I thought 2 tracks were just completely forgettable. I thought 1 track was really good. I thought 2 other tracks were good. So I think this was an overall positive move. It's kind of reminiscent of when Travis Scott dropped Days Before Rodeo, but Days Before Rodeo was just so amazing. I don't think SoFaygo's capable of making incredible music yet. And what I think this project did was that it tempered expectations, because if Pink Hearts, I always say Pink Tape off rip, if Pink Hearts sounded like this project for 12 songs, would you be calling it mid, or would you be like, damn, this lived up to the hype?
I didn't really have expectations because he just waited so long. But also, here's my main take. I think a lot of people were expecting, I don't know, classic SoFaygo in a way, where he was underground his last couple of releases, whereas now he's not, because he got the Travis cosign, he got Knock Knock, the Lyrical Lemonade music video, so he really blew up. Like, he's pretty big at this point. I wouldn't say he's like mainstream just yet, but he's up. So people were expecting like almost yeet beats, including myself likely, and like an underground sound, which he had before. And this sounded more digestible for like a mainstream audience. Would you agree? Like, it almost sounded like Don Toliver type in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it's more digestible for sure for me. Like, when I listened to some of SoFaygo's old music, it was kind of rough around the edges. But I think that's just the nature of progression, especially if they're trying to make this guy a star. And I think he has more star power than Don Toliver.
Yes, like his personality and his brand.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think Don Toliver is incredibly dull. I think SoFaygo is like an exciting artist.
I think he's saucy. No Santana.
Pause.
Like, you have to admit, his vocals go crazy more than most rappers.
Yeah.
Like, he knows how to use his voice. Like, a lot of people are like, oh my God, this rapper uses his voice like an instrument. But nah, this dude, like, hits different pitches of his voice and different melodies than anybody else, or most at least.
Yeah, I agree. I do think production needs to like level up to the heights of Cactus Jack.
I was saying that too, or in my head. I didn't say it on stream yet. I was like, these beats are cool, but like they didn't have that oomph to them.
Yeah, and I think it was a positive in the sense that SoFaygo could show out and he carried pretty much these beats, whereas like Yeet kind of gets carried by beats to an extent. But for him to like take off, there were no beats on this where you listen to it and you're like, yo, this beat is crazy.
Right. And I think you're taking the words out of my mouth, man. I agree so much. But that's why Pink Hearts like needs to come through with fucking crazy production. Not even just beats, but production.
Yeah, I think that's what will make people, because he's already got the voice, he's already got melodies and flows, and he can like rap to a decent degree, especially like if he's talking about something. But the production is what's gonna make people say like, yo, this guy is something else. And it's usually the opposite, where artists have the production but they don't have anything else. So if he can just hone in on something that's just out of this world, which Cactus Jack they're able to do, Travis Scott's consistently able to do it, then I think he'll be out of here. And I think the conversation won't even be a thing anymore artistically between him and Yeet, because Yeet is like, he's just on a specific sound so far.
I think Travis Scott needs to take more of a role in the executive production, because I actually know some of the people who produced in SoFaygo's album, and maybe he wants to put on his homies that he came up with, like his producers, but there needs to be like an engineer to come in and bring in like the more ambient like almost surround sound type music that Travis Scott has. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, fuck them homies. You're not gonna be able to put nobody on if you fall off. Like, take off first, and then you can have those producers like, you know, tap back in with you. If they can't level up, then what are you gonna do? Keep rocking out with these burnt out producers? I'm not saying these producers are burnt out, but they got to step it up. Like, this is Cactus Jack, and other than Sheck West, there's no failures really. There haven't been any failures on Cactus Jack.
Right. It's similar to, I mean, we always bring it back to Uzi, but Uzi like puts on okay, so Eternal Take was a lot of working on dying beats. His boy Brandon Finessin, who's become like the scapegoat for Uzi's production. Have you know who that is? Brandon Finessin?
Yeah, the guy that you always shit on.
Yeah, because of his xylophone like hyper pop beats. So it's a similar concept. Like, sometimes you just like, Cardi's notorious for this, like going from Pierre, then he went to Filthy, and then he's probably gonna move to another producer. Like, you got to keep it fresh with the producers, because they're really the people who shape the sound, in my opinion.
Yeah, you can't do it without them unless you're like an excellent executive producer, but that's rare for an artist, especially this early into their career.
Right. Like Kanye or Travis.
Yeah.
But that's why I think Travis needs to come in and be like, no, fuck all these songs. Like, here's how we're going to do it. Like, he needs to take an active role. Like, he put Cactus Jack at the bottom right of this shit, of his project track list. He needs to take an active role. Unless he wants SoFaygo to like grow into his own. But
I think he's going to take an active role on the actual project.
So do you think these were like just throwaways almost?
I think it was something to hold the fans over, and I think SoFaygo realized, like, yo, if I don't put out any music, I think SoFaygo might not release the rest of the year.
Yeah, somebody DM me on Twitter saying like the project's not releasing till fall. And I think he went on IG Live earlier today. I'm not sure if he said anything there, or the fan could have just been making shit up. But he's definitely going to wait till after the XXL Cypher drops, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think this is enough to hold fans over for at least 4 months, and then that would be fall. But I think he might drop, because I think he's going to drop after Utopia, and I think Utopia might be in August.
Okay, so you think SoFaygo is going to feature on Utopia? Similar to how Travis Scott put Don Toliver as a secret feature on Astroworld, and then Don Toliver came out and everyone's like, oh my god, who is this dude?
Yeah, I mean, SoFaygo, if you're not featured on Utopia, you should feel insulted.
Yeah, but I think he will be, like, for sure. And then also SoFaygo will get Travis on his project, potentially Don Toliver, the whole Cactus Jack lineup if he wants. And then Uzi gave him the cosign. Uzi's been in the studio with him, so Uzi might be on Pink Hearts as well.
Yeah, I think that would be a good look. I just don't think, like, if he's gonna have like 4 or 5 features, I would want like 15 songs. I don't want 5 features and 10 songs from SoFaygo. I feel like that's not enough of him on his first real album, you could say, showing himself.
Yeah,
because Don Toliver, he had a hit that nobody was on, like After Party. That was just straight Don Toliver. I want that for SoFaygo.
Yeah, I think that his project will be 16 songs or so. Like, that's just the normal length nowadays. Like, even 20.
Yeah, 20 is a lot. I mean, he'd be dropping like 20 songs.
I hate long ass albums.
Yeah, I can't.
They piss me off.
Even though the length, like the runtime, could be like 40 minutes, I just see like 19 songs and it feels like I don't even want to listen anymore.
Yeah, I can't put together a good review or like reaction because I'm there for like a fucking hour and I'm like, okay, now I got to put together some thoughts on 20 songs that I can't even remember one from the other. That's why I like this 5-track EP. I was like, okay, this is digestible. 20 minutes, yeah. And then we can talk about it for 10 minutes, and then we're all good.
And you can listen to it a bunch of times.
Right, and I have. I worked out to it today, and that's where it grew on me. At first, I was like put back, like thought it was a little bit boring, but I'd say it's maybe like a 7.5 now. Maybe yeah, you disagree.
I mean, if I was gonna drop numbers, I'd probably give it like a 6. Like, it's not. I think it's cool. Like,
that was my original rating.
Yeah, I would give it that much.